Remember this. If you find yourself in danger of being attacked with a knife, always attempt to escape. Put as many objects between you and the attacker, or group of attackers, as possible. If you can't escape and you must fight, it would be much better to fight from a distance with some kind of weapon rather than using your hands in close proximity to the dangerous edged weapon. We support vigilant citizens who carry concealed firearms, just as long as they are well trained. However, most people don't carry a gun on them at all times. So an improvised weapon such as a broom handle, a sturdy umbrella, a walking cane, or the leg broken off of a chair might be your next option. Stick training teaches you how to use these objects for self-defense while also preparing you for empty-handed knife defense. A real knife attack, even by an untrained attacker on the street, can be brutal. A knife can be violently thrusted at you repeatedly from different angles, or an attacker could slash at you wildly. So let's begin to break it down. Take a look at these katana striking angles. This is what we refer to as the basic strike pattern. Memorizing it by practicing it yourself as a stick fighting drill will help you to understand knife attacks. Ultimately, you can think of a knife as a very short sword. Here you can see the very same angles that were just demonstrated with the practiced katana with this practice knife. One of the most common attacks is the underhanded thrust. An attacker can also grab you with their other hand. And the underhanded thrust could also come in straighter like this. It's also very common for an untrained, unskilled attacker to come over the top, especially when attempting to stab someone on the ground. Relate this to an overhead with a sword. It should be much easier now to see what's happening here. Repeated underhand thrusts, thrusting from different angles, and wild slashing. If an attacker gets close to you and you have to defend against this kind of knife attack, you must control the arm with the knife or you will be killed. Before we move on, let's make the correlation between your stick training and basic knife defense technique. See how the defender is stepping to the left against an aggressive thrust. Now look at the step to the left against a thrusting sword or stick. Here's a spin under the arm when the attacker attempts to jerk the knife back. See the same spin performed with the bokken against an overhead attack. Note, the attacking demonstrator is moving out of the way for safety. Here's an overhead knife attack countered by a step to the left and a brachial strike to the side of the neck, and an overhead bokken attack countered with a step to the left and a deflection. A slashing attack coming from the left countered by a step in, turn left, and a very hard throw. And the sword attack blocked with a step in and body turn left. And here's a slashing attack from the other direction. Notice the spin right, then back to the left. Again, it's a very similar movement with a stick or sword attack. First turn right, then spin back to the left. Hopefully by now you are starting to see a correlation between stick training and knife defense. We will go into these techniques and many more in detail in the following videos. We will talk about things like techniques for all the possible attacking angles, reverse grip, defending against an attacker grabbing and pulling or pushing you back with a stiff arm while stabbing, and we will talk about defending against knife attacks on the ground. But remember that you must master the basics first. The basics are understanding that proper mindset, situational awareness, skill proficiency, and physical fitness are the 4 pillars of survival. The basics are understanding that your objective is to be more aware so that you can escape a situation before an attacker is close enough to attack you. The basics are mastering your stick fighting drills for building overall fitness, coordination, speed, footwork, timing, and more. That is all for now. Sincerely, M.